Hello YouTube. This is supposed to be a sort of introduction video to what I'm doing on this channel and who I am. First off, what this channel is all about. What I do on this channel is I will be vlogging my course through the Claravis acne medication routine through maybe about 6 months worth. And I'll be showing you progress on my acne and such. And by the way, if you don't know, Claravis is a prescription acne fighting medicine which is pretty intense with many side effects and such, but it's supposed to really clear up your face and all. And I have notes, so sorry. Why I'm doing this? Mostly I'm making these vlogs and such so I can actually, for myself, I can look back on these videos and see, hopefully I'll be cleared up by then, but see how bad my face was and how remarkable this product was, if this is supposed to work. Otherwise it'll be looking back and be like, whoa, that's a stupid medicine, it didn't do anything or whatever. This isn't really for others to, other people that I know to watch me and see me. I don't really care who watches, except my friends, which I feel kind of insecure about showing off all my face stuff, but it's whatever. But I'll be happy if I could find other people who are doing this same program with me, people who know what I'm going through and say how they're doing with their routines and their progress, and compare it to my own progress. That'll be great. Let's see. I've had a long history, a long fight with my acne. When I was 13, I started getting these black spots around in the creases of my nose. I guess you would call them blackheads, but that's the only place where I had acne at the time. It was just peculiar. I mean, it was strange. I mean, I was 13, going through puberty for the first time, and these spots just started coming up. And so to fight it, I used Proactive. I didn't necessarily buy Proactive just to fight this random part of acne, but I used it once, one night, and the next morning I woke up and my entire face was just lit up red and inflamed. I mean red. I know my skin's pretty dark, but it was that bad. It was all bumpy. It was just not good. And it was school the next day. The day was a school day. And I showed up with this terrible looking face just out of nowhere. People were asking me the heck, dude? So I immediately stopped the Proactive treatments. I just did it one night, and that's it. And I was like, I'm not going back to it. Ha ha ha. Oh, by the way, the Proactive treatment actually was my mom's, because she's suffering from adult acne, and spoiler alert, the genetics, So after I went through the inflamed face stage, my face was okay. It was alright. Black spots were still there, But through middle school, I started getting acne around this area on both sides, and they were just bumps. They weren't scarring, but they were just annoying bumps. And my forehead, it was getting pretty bumpy as well. They weren't really that bad, but my mom put me, well, not really forced me. It's like she was like, see, she suggested that I should get on the proactive routine, and I was really hesitant. I mean, like if it inflamed my face one time, I'm probably not gonna want to go back on it. So I did start using proactive again. I started using it just because I was kind of sick of the acne, and you know how proactive commercials are. They're like all in your face and such. And so I figured I would, you know, the proactive commercials, they just show you like the proactive is like the answer to everything. I mean, they use all the celebrities like Katy Perry, Justin Bieber, and so I started using it, and it was getting better. I mean, it wasn't like clearing up my face entirely. It just restrained it, I guess. It was less powerful, and so I started getting more lax about the proactive treatment. Like the proactive treatment, you're supposed to do it twice daily, but I did it only once daily at night. And sometimes I would just like skip a night or whatever and not even try. So then I started forgetting more and more until I was completely off the proactive, and I didn't really at that time care about my face because I got lax like over the summer, so I wasn't seeing people every single day. I was still seeing people because I have friends and such, but I just was really lazy about getting my face, and I didn't really care all that much. Then when school started back up, especially it was like freshman year, starting for high school, I started using topical treatments, like single topical treatments, not like a complete set of like steps to acne treatment, but just like tubes of topical gel. I didn't really understand what I was really putting on my face. I was using both salicylic acid topical stuff and benzoyl peroxide, which are like two chemicals they use in acne fighting products. And I was just like, I would use this and I would use up all that, and then I would just go to the next one, and I didn't really care. I was just trying to restrain my face, but it wasn't really helping. And I guess high school was getting stressful. Like freshman year, it was pretty calm, but it was getting harder and harder, and so I was getting more stressed. And I think that's what started making my face a lot worse than it really is. The part on my face around here, I used to have acne when I was in middle school, it kind of faded away, not really, but less than what it was, and it spread to my right and left cheeks. My forehead was still pretty bumpy. Between my eyebrows, my chin was pretty clear, I think, and my face on those benzoyl peroxide and salicylic acid, it would really dry up my skin. I mean, like the sides of my face, it was all like real ashy. I mean, you could just like flake off skin. It was painful because it was just like chafe, and my face was just like really burning. And my parents were really the one who were really insisting on like professional acne treatment. I mean, they would always like make comments about my acne when they saw me. They're like, "Ooh, poor thing, you and all your acne, I'm so sorry." And I was like, whatever, I didn't really care all that much about how my face was. I didn't think it was that bad, but they thought it was pretty bad. So they insisted on going to a dermatologist. And so I was like, okay, whatever. And so we went to this one dermatologist that my mom used to get treatment from, and not acne treatment, for like a skin infection, and she thought he was really good. So this dermatologist, he just goes up to me and examines all my stuff and all my acne stuff, and he was like, he was treated like this acne was like nothing. He was like saying he was telling me how acne is caused by puberty and this is natural, which is what I thought. And he prescribed me on a topical treatment and an antibiotic. The antibiotic I took in like small dosages, like 2 pills a day, 1 in a day and 1 at night. And then he wanted me to decrease in the amount of antibiotics because he didn't want me to rely on them. And he also prescribed me Epiduo as my topical treatment, which was a new kind of topical treatment, which combined like this, like benzoyl peroxide and some other thing to like kick butt twice against acne, I guess. With the Epiduo treatment, my face was getting really dry, but that's what the dermatologist said would happen. And it was really, really dry, but my face was pretty flat comparatively. I mean, my bumps were a lot smaller and lower, and I was supposed to put it on my chest and on my shoulders, and on my shoulders it got really, really dry, and it started blistering up and such. I continued the treatment with Epiduo until my appointment with the dermatologist. And at the dermatologist, I told him that the Epiduo was really drying out my skin. So he prescribed me another medicine, and this topical gel was like really weird. Like, it didn't really have a brand name, and it came in like this tiny little jar, and it was like that tall, and that thing was $400 just for that little jar thing. And it didn't really last that long. It wasn't even a month until all of it was gone. So I used that, and it was kind of weird. It was kind of slimy and sticky. So since I still had prescriptions still on the Epiduo, I just, after one use of that weird jar thing, I started using Epiduo again. And same thing, really, really dry and whatever. But then after a while, it didn't really work. My acne was still there, and I was still using Epiduo. So what I was thinking was like, my face was adapting to Epiduo, making it not as effective anymore. It's like that robot in The Incredibles. The bad guy creates it and uses it against the superhero, and every time the superhero like destroys the robot is made bigger and badder and without the flaws. So like that robot thing, it's like my face. So it was just getting used to the Epiduo. So I just used up all of my prescription, then I just kind of stopped and started going back on topical treatments, just like over-the-counter topical treatments, and it was whatever, and I didn't really care. And then a customer of my mom's went to her and said how her daughter had used this product that she found on the internet, and it completely cleared up her face. So my mom goes onto this website, and she's like, ooh, I'll do this for my son. So she buys this like $100 bottle of wash and $75 worth of like this bottle of stuff for acne treatment. And the website was like super like girly beauty website. And it was like, okay. It wasn't really concentrated on acne products, so I wouldn't think it would be too well. So I started using it, like, it was like, it cost that much, I'm gonna use it. Make it worth as much as whatever. So that wash was really weak, and the treatment too. I mean, I started using it, I was like, this isn't even close to as intense as any other kind of treatment I've used. So it was okay, it was just not, that treatment was just not doing anything. It was just, my face was just like it was. And according to my parents, my acne got worse from the medicine. I didn't really think so. I just thought it was the same. It was like, whatever. Again, parents thinking they know my face more than myself. I didn't really care that much. So my parents scheduled an appointment with another dermatologist. And this dermatologist did the same thing. She examined my face, my chest, and my shoulders where my acne is. And she diagnosed me with severe inflammatory acne, which is different than what the other guy had said. And for this kind of acne, she suggested taking Accutane, which is Isotretinoin, which is a acne treatment which is made for severe inflammatory acne. And it's supposed to be really, really strong and has a lot of side effects. She just went on and on about these side effects and what could happen to me. I have to take my blood has to be tested every single month on this program. And my dad was really scared by these side effects and what could happen. So he decided that we should try something else before we actually go to the extreme. So we started doing another topical with an antibiotic, which I was like, why are we doing this again? I've already done this. So it was a different kind of antibiotic and a different kind of topical treatment, but I just knew it was going to be the same result. So I started using it and taking the antibiotic like I was supposed to once a day, and a topical treatment, which was was called Duac or something like that. Duac gel, and it was just doing the same as the epidural. It was okay, then not really. And so we didn't really use it for that long before I just quit on it, and I started using Proactive in the meantime. Yeah, I'm going back to Proactive. So I started using Proactive just to like calm my face, and for some reason this time Proactive really, really worked for me. It was just really clearing up my skin. Well, for now, I mean, adaptive skin. Again, it was, after a while, it was just getting less and less effective. So in the meantime, like, my dad had scheduled the dermatologist appointment like a couple months away. So we had to wait, and when I went back to her, my dad immediately told her that we wanted to be on this isotretinoin treatment. So she prescribed me with this isotretinoin treatment called Claravis, which is like supposed to be like Accutane, but Accutane doesn't exist anymore. It's the same thing. So it had a lot of side effects, birth defects, so I shouldn't get pregnant. And so this is how I got to where I am now. She prescribed me with prednisone, which is a type of steroid apparently, because it's supposed to stop my inflamed face, because the Claravis is actually, well, Claravis treatment. I always mix them. Claravis. I can't even say it. So my face was supposed to get worse before it started getting better. So she prescribed the prednisone, and what it was supposed to do was stop my inflamed face for a little while and still keep going while I'm on the treatment. So I was prescribed for 2 weeks, and that was 2 weeks ago. So tomorrow I'm supposed to start my first treatment of the Claravis. So I thought it would be like wise to say how my life is, like maybe something in my life causes this kind of acne. Maybe I can relate to someone else who maybe has a, maybe close to my kind of life, like pretty similar. So they can compare, like maybe I should get this treatment too. So about me. My age, I am 17. I go to a high school in the 11th grade. I'm a junior. My weight, I am 130 pounds, which isn't much. But my height is 5'2", 5'3", because I'm a short little Asian kid. And school for me is pretty stressful. My stress levels are pretty up there. I mean, really. I have 4 AP classes this year, and they are a butt kicker every night. My diet, I don't think I eat anything like, I don't eat like cheeseburgers every single day. Except I eat school lunches, which are pretty disgusting, but I'm so lazy I don't want to pack my own lunch, and that's pretty bad, I guess. I don't drink sodas at all. I don't actually particularly like sodas, so I drink a lot of water. A lot of water. I can drink bottled waters like all day. Vitamins, I'm taking like this teen supplement vitamin thing. I'm not really sure what it is. Genetics, so I'm guessing lineage. My dad, he has pretty oily face when he was younger, but his acne's okay. He has some scarring. I'm not really sure if that's from acne. My mom, though, my mom had serious acne, and that's how I have it because of what she had. And she had a serious treatment, and she still fights acne today. My current routine. Right now, I'm using the proactive treatment twice daily, like it's suggested I should. So, and I take 2 showers a day. Just because, one in the morning, because that's the easiest way to like get yourself woken up and like everything clean, and then at night because I just don't want to drag all my filth from the day into my bed. The second one's like super brief. I don't like wash. I just like wash off dirt and all that. And right after showers, I just do all the 3 treatments, 3 steps of the proactive treatment. And then my future routine, what I'm assigned to do. Like I told you, I'm on prednisone, and I've been on prednisone for the last 2 weeks, and I'm supposed to continue it until I run out with the Claravis. Sorry, still messing up on the word. And I take the Claravis pills, which are 40 milligrams each, once a day for 6 months. What I hope for? I want my face to be clear, and I don't have to be ashamed of it anymore, and that'll be great. I just hope everything works out in the end, because God knows I've gone through so many different kinds of treatments to try and help, but nothing's really worked until never, because it hasn't happened yet. And I hope I can look back on these messages and be like, wow, I've gone a long way. I just really hope everything works out.